Hi there, this is Jamie with BarEye, and in this video we're going to teach you all about how to ensure your counts are more accurate by using zone counts. So first of all, what are zone counts and what problem do they address? Well, it's common when counting bar inventory to have counting errors where we mix up one product for another or count the wrong amount, and these tend to cause delays and errors which have to be fixed on the back end. So the idea of zone counts is to double check our counts after we complete each zone. So the idea is you fill out the items from the zone that counts, you complete the zone, and then you do a check to make sure that all the counts are correct. At this point I should introduce the two different types of zone counts. So a formal zone count is when you come to the end of a counting zone, you click finish, and the software asks you to enter the total number of items on that list. In this case it was 10, and I'll show you that in more detail. Formal zone counts are most useful for counts behind the bar, and particularly with full liquor bottle zones and also zones that contain draft beer kegs. The second type of zone count is a visual zone count, which again we'll go over in more detail through an example. And visual zone counts are most suitable for bottled beer zone counts, where it's typically difficult to do a formal zone count, and therefore we do a visual zone count. Let's take a look at a few different sorts. So first of all, I'm imagining here I'm working in a zone or a counting area of the bar which has nothing but full bottles of liquor. So at the end of the counting zone I've counted 1, 2, 3, 4 different items with different counts. If you do the math here, the total count should be 10. So after I've done my individual line by line counts, I come to the end and I click finish, and I'm asked what the zone count is. If I miscount and say 9, it will bring me back here and tell me no, the actual count is 10. So in that case, if your zone count is wrong, you go back, you check where you're wrong and either correct the counts or recalculate your zone count. So in this case I know the counts are right, I just entered the zone count wrong. So I come to the end and now I click say 10, and when I set enter this time, because my zone count was correct, it proceeds past that zone. So that's my first example. The second example now is with draft beer kegs. So in this case, again, I've counted some items. I've got one keg of Dunkel, a partial keg, 2 more full kegs here for a count total of 4, and then a 5th keg here. So what I'm pointing out is these partial kegs in the zone count as 1, and pointing out that even if you have a zone where it mixes full kegs and partial kegs, the partial kegs are counted as 1, and we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I do my zone count here, if I type 4, it will tell me it's wrong. I'll go back, I'll realize actually it's 5, and when I type 5, it will progress onto the next zone so I can count that. Finally, let's take a look here at a zone which is bottled beer. So as I said, bottled beer are difficult to do zone counts on. I've filled in some counts here, and as you can see we've got 7 cases here, so 168, and then 3 6-packs, a blank, and then 2 6-packs. Basically it's very difficult to do the mental math and to add all these numbers up and do a formal zone count. So if I try and do that and do the mental math, it's difficult for me to count 432 here accurately. So what I suggest in the cases where you're dealing with bottled beer counts, which often is mixed between cases and 6-packs, is just to do a visual zone count. So what I suggest by that is you go through and you count all the individual items. Now you've finished, you want to click finish. Instead of finishing, use the arrow keys to go backwards in the map and do a visual check. So I would check, okay, do I have 7 cases of Mich Ultra? Yes, that's correct. Do I have 3 6-pack? Yes, that's correct. Do I have 0 cases of full caliber? Correct. But on top I've got 2 6-packs. So basically you just go through line by line and check that the items are correct, and in so doing check that your calculations are right. So that is all about zone counts in detail. Hopefully you find this helpful, and remember that if you do your zone counts effectively during your counts, it will mean you have less counting errors, less checks to make with the variant support, and generally the overall inventory experience will be more effective and less annoying. As always, thank you for watching, and let us know if you'd like to see a specific topic video on something else. Thank you for watching.